What's up, YouTube? It's FitzBro. We've got a super high level casted game, Hera versus MarineLord. These are two top 10 players, and we have MarineLord playing as the Abbasid Dynasty versus Hera's English. And I know I've seen Hera play a lot of English, and I haven't seen MarineLord play a whole lot of Abbasid, but it's been a civilization that I've been really into lately, so wanted to check this game out. Now, we're on a map here, right? It's a hybrid map. It's got a river. So we'll have to see, will MarineLord go for the water since the Abbasid Dynasty do have cheaper docks? Let's take a look at that. You can see their docks only cost 75 wood. But right now, it does not appear that he's doing that. Typically, you see players go straight for the wood line if they're opening up with water. So ignoring the water, even though it's one of his civilization bonuses, and I can only guess that's because he's up against the English, and the English have those longbows early on in the second age, and that could be a big issue for any type of water boom. So perhaps that's why MarineLord's decided he's just going to let the water go and just going to go for a standard age up to the second age. Now, the Abbasid Dynasty typically we'll see dropping down a second town center when they reach feudal with their House of Wisdom. When they age up with the economic wing, they typically research fresh foodstuffs, which allows them to train villagers at the cost of 25 food instead of 50. So with two town centers, if at the cost of 50 food, you get 2 villagers. It's a pretty good deal. So we'll see if he goes for that. We see him opening 3 villagers on gold, 7 on food right now, working towards that age up to feudal, doing some scouting. Now, I did see, I believe Hera trained a second scout, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, there's 1 scout up here and 1 there. Yes, he has 2 scouts going out, looking for those sheep. Of course, this is Mongolian Heights, so there's a significant amount of sheep to be had. And look at this, MarineLord, or Hera right now has 10 sheep right here alone. But MarineLord picking up some of his own. Just right now, building his House of Wisdom. Now, this is the building that the Abbasid Dynasty uses to age up, kind of like older Age of Empires games. This is the only civilization that doesn't build a landmark to age up. So it's, well, they build this landmark at least, but then the age up happens here. They don't have to have villagers building it. Okay, he has the res to age up, but doesn't have his landmark finished. So this might have been a bit of a mistake. You see 2 villagers already on wood, 3 on wood. And the economic wing is in queue. Now, this is that technology I was telling you about earlier, fresh foodstuffs, that's so popular. You typically want to gather just enough to have that gold when you reach the next stage at 125 gold, and then you might even see him move these villagers over to these stone. And actually, this is a pretty nice spawn. He might not even need to build a second mining camp if he doesn't really want to, because that's pretty close, but we'll see if he pulls these guys off the stone here in a second. Now, a lot of English players go for a push here with the longbows in the second age. We'll have to see if he does that. I just realized I'm not on my casting scene. Here we go. Hopefully that didn't phase you. Whatever. If you didn't catch my announcements on YouTube and Discord, I was just diagnosed with COVID today, so I apologize. I'm not in my right mind. I guess I forgot to change the scene. Please excuse me. We're gonna blame that on the Rona. Okay, so MarineLord is getting his wood here, food and gold. Not pulling guys off of gold yet, so maybe he won't go for a second town center. He might just go for a straight fast castle. Could be interesting. Not sure if he will. We'll see. Okay, we've got the council hall here, just about completed. And we'll have to see. I mean, for Hera, it just looks like he's going to be training longbows, is what I would imagine he's going to do. We'll have to see if he drops a barracks or anything like that early on. Maybe we'll see MarineLord open with cavalry to try to counter this. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so we do have some longbows queued up here for Hera. No indication of a barracks or anything like that yet. Just gathering some resources there. You can see pretty low on... doing a good job spending his res. And there you go. You see MarineLord did transition from that gold over to the stone now. So I do think he's going to be working towards that second town center. But not going to be doing it insanely quickly. He looks like he went for a stable first, knowing that, those longbows are already going to be on the way. I mean, there's the first 3. So he wants to be ready. And you do need a good mass of of horsemen if you're going to go toe-to-toe with longbows, because they can actually beat longbows quite easily if you're not careful. So definitely you want to get the blacksmith and the pierce upgrade so that they don't die as easily to longbows. But here comes Hera. He's got his 2 scouts up front, 5 longbows at the moment. What is that? Just a house. Yeah, more houses. Okay, here we go. See if he gets any value. So there's a berry bush up front. No one there, though. He maybe hit the side of this wood is possibly where he could raid. But this is kind of a hard position. I think he might take some shots. We'll see. Looks like Hera's just scouting out the situation at the moment. Okay, so he's kind of seeing where MarineLord's villagers are. And I think he scouted the stable possibly, and said, you know, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to wait till I have my spearmen. That does appear to be what he's maybe doing here right now. So MarineLord is safe for now. And honestly, if MarineLord, you're just happy if these longbows aren't harassing you. I mean, these is mostly for defensive, options. I think he's going to be pretty happy that, Hera's just turned around. And he did see that, actually. His scout saw those longbows turn around. So, I know if I was playing Abbasid right now, I'd be pretty happy that, I don't have longbows breathing down my neck at the moment. By the way, MarineLord did open with a stable and an archery range here for defense. So, predicting that there might be some spearmen guarding his longbows. Many English players will open up with a barracks as well. We do see a blacksmith on the back line. No barracks yet from Hera. Gonna check in on any of these upgrades. No upgrades yet for either of these players, I doubt. I don't see really many players go for eco upgrades until quite late in the game, typically. See here, no upgrades yet. Okay, so we have MarineLord is currently working towards that stone to get a second town center. He needs 400 wood and 300 stone, so he's still got a little bit. Now, just unlocking that golden tier. Now, if you're not too familiar with the Abbasid Dynasty, they have this mechanic which allows them to get golden ages as they build additional structures on the connected to their network. And you can see the rates there increases gather rates and speeds for the later ones. But the first one is 10 structures. So you can see here, if I select a building, actually, maybe I can't see it from the, I guess I can't from the observer, but essentially he's got 10 buildings that are connected, and they kind of form a little network. And then when you get 10 of those, it gives you that first boost. So that's what he's working on right now. Okay, so Hera is going for just longbows and a ram. So I think he's going to be trying to push. Now, interesting. I feel like if MarineLord went straight for 2 TC, this could have been maybe more effective, but MarineLord did build a pretty significant economy first. I'm sorry, military first. And here we go. We have a charge from MarineLord coming down with the horsemen. Now, you see that example. Those longbows easily dropping 2 horsemen already. They've lost 1 longbow, but 2 horsemen. That's a good trade. 3 horsemen are down. And this is kind of what I was talking about. Is horsemen are they're doing okay here, but the reason why he's doing okay is because the archers on the back line that are dealing to DPS, while the horsemen are essentially just tanking those shots. So this does look to be like a favorable fight for MarineLord. That scout, they're on the front line just trying to mess with at the targeting of Hera. But I think this is a pretty good win for MarineLord because he's got a second town center going down. He has cheaper villagers. He's got to be pretty happy about this. Now, this perhaps could have been a different fight if Hera had a few spears in here to scare those horsemen from just charging in there. But MarineLord had a nice little mass there, a really nice push right on top of throwing down a second town center. So this is just put MarineLord in a absolutely incredible position. You see him dropping down a blacksmith and a second stable. His economy is going to be booming. You see these 25 food apiece. He's got his gold nice and safe. Food-wise, he is going to run out of sheep. He's probably going to want to secure this berry bush, but if he's got the military advantage... he's gathering back here. So he's got some berries back here for now. And one thing to keep in mind, he's spending less food on villagers than most other civilizations would, which allows him to have the food he needs for his military production. A nice little wall here to kind of box the opponent out. It would force him to go all the way around. So a little wall segment can make a big difference sometimes. Let's see what Hera's up to. Continuing to make longbows. He was training that siege engineering, which did complete, but I bet he's second guessing himself now. Almost would have been. Okay, he did get the first attack upgrade. I was going to say I would like to see him get this before taking the engagement. I'm not sure if it came in time. And you see an archer range going down too. So he is doubling down on longbows. And I would think maybe Hera has the confidence, kind of what I spoke about before of, mass longbow can actually be an okay counter to horsemen. And maybe he's just thinking, I'm just going to double down on this and see if, MarineLord tries to push or something. Now we got some horsemen kind of pushing, but probably not going to get any value. You don't want to get too close to the English defensive structures because they have the network of castles, which makes them shoot faster than typical defensive structures. Okay, so that's scouts. You saw that Gatling gun going off there. Okay, and the nice thing, though, MarineLord knows, since he poked in with his horsemen, just 2 horsemen and a scout, he kind of knows where Hera's army is. And it's given him the confidence he needs to move out to these berry bushes. Throwing a tower on the front, there you go, to give him the line of sight if any longbows are coming. Very smart move for MarineLord. Yeah, I was kind of thinking he's going to need to control that berry line. And now these longbows are kind of in a defensive position. I think he maybe killed those 2 horsemen. I'm not sure if they escaped or not. I think he maybe killed that scout and those horsemen. But now his economy is kind of booming away. Look at 47 vills versus the 38 of Hera. Hera needs to probably make something happen here because he's not dropping any other town centers. He's not looking to age right now. He's got to do something, I think. But I don't know. It might be too late. That could have been a pretty decisive first fight with this second town center coming down around it. Meanwhile, MarineLord did get his range resist. You see he has that upgrade, and he's also getting the attack now for his melee. So his cavalry will be in a nice spot for this next raid. Having that additional pierce armor is really, really useful. What is that? Okay, so longbows moving up, but they just ran into a tower which has 5 archers inside of it. So, and with his arrow slits, they'll give him additional range. And there we go. We got a horseman in the background killing a few villagers. He's already down on villagers, and now that's a good trade. Hera loses. MarineLord loses. What, 2 horsemen to the cost of 3 villagers and just putting him ahead in the eco game. This is really big for MarineLord. Honestly, if he could just do a few more raids like that, I think that would secure, an even more sizable eco lead. I think Hera realizes it and is trying to go for a raid of his own. But MarineLord probably has some line of sight. Yes, he does know it's out there. And you just heard that sound. That's the sound of a ram being built by longbows. And your opponent can actually hear that sound through the fog of war. It's surprisingly loud. I don't know why you can. But MarineLord probably knows that Hera is sitting here building these rams. And you see him pushing in right now with these horsemen. Now, even these horsemen, even with that 2 ranged armor, still dying pretty easily to those longbows. Longbows kiting. And now Hera seems to be in he invested in the double longbows, and his military is looking really good right now. MarineLord doesn't have enough archers to push into this. They're also using the setup camp ability that the longbows have to heal up there any little bit of damage. And there you go. No spearmen. He's able to counter those horsemen. Instead of engaging the army, he says, you know what? I'm going to go across and take out any reinforcements. So here we go. He's pressuring those reinforcements, but I'm not sure how much value he'll be able to get. I think he might pull back here because those longbows are already remassing. In comes a ram. Now, this is something that MarineLord's going to have to deal with, though he does have some horsemen back here. If he could catch... Oh, losing a villager. 2 villagers going down. 3 villagers going down. So quickly, the villagers can die there to longbows. There we go. Working on the second town center now. The capital town center can retarget, so you could shoot at like these longbows, but an additional, like your new town centers can't retarget, so it's only shooting at the ram. But here we go. Another big horseman charge. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to kite himself out of this one. He's trying to kite away. But those archers are moving in with the horsemen on the front line, and I think he probably has all of his upgrades at this point. Yeah, he has all of his upgrades for his army. MarineLord is cornering Hera and killing these longbows. The reinforcements weren't able to catch up with his army. Hera just doing his best to kite and get value, but right now this is a good fight from MarineLord. And let's remember, Hera really needed to have a military victory here because looking at the eco right now, Hera's sitting on 41 veils versus the 62 of MarineLord. But a little fight here on the back line. Obviously, that kind of southern corner. It looks like most of those horsemen died, but that was a lot of longbows. And here we go. MarineLord economy is just in a great position. I mean, look at how much res he has in the bank compared to Hera's got everything spent. He doesn't have a standing army right now. I mean, he does have a few longbows. But, I mean, MarineLord, I would guess maybe we'll age here. It does look like he is macroing for that. He's gathered 600 gold, and he needs 1,200 food, and he can age up. Most people age up with that culture wing. Now, the Abbasid Dynasty, these represent the technologies for each of the wings. So this is economic wing. This would be the culture wing right here. So this is the upgrade. You can get reduced cost of all technologies. If you get this tech, there's also the medical center, which allows keeps to heal. This is usually what people go for in the third age. Then later in the game, through each of the ages, he would be able to use agriculture here in the next age, since he already had the economic wing, and then in the fourth age, improved processing. So, and then this is my favorite upgrade later in the game: increase health of all infantry. This upgrade and also the culture wing upgrades, because these could be really nice too if you go trading. But I'm trying to trade wing. But anyways, that's enough of that. See that outpost in there with its arrow slits? Looks so cool when it has its arrow slits. But those horsemen, is he going to push? I don't think he's going to push. I think he's just going to age and just safely win this game, I think, at this point. Now, MarineLord might not realize how many vills he's ahead, but he probably has a strong sense. I mean, Hera doesn't have 2 town centers. He knows he's killed a few villagers. I mean, he has to know he's just way ahead eco-wise. Now, though you can see the score here in this casted game, unlike other Age of Empires games, you actually cannot see the score while you're in game. So they do not know that, he doesn't necessarily know that he's this many points ahead for whatever that's worth. Using towers just to secure these berries. Both of these berry spawns were forward, which was going to be kind of like, I mean, look at we have kind of a back berry spawn for Hera here. Another kind of back one. I don't think Hera had any forward berries. Interesting map spawn. Huh. Anyways, I don't think there were. Do I see a mill? Yeah, I don't think so. Interesting. Okay, but using those towers to just give him the line of sight and protection if any longbow raids come in. And now he's just sitting back, and he is aging up. And he did, in fact, go up with the culture wing. Again, these are the upgrades if he decides to get them. Although some people don't even really research them, but I see everybody always chooses the culture wing. Okay, now he can start training knights. He's got 3 stables, so I'm feeling he might just go straight in the knights. Although, 2 barracks as well. I don't know. Getting the horseman upgrade. Trying to see what he's going to be. Getting his archer upgrade. Now, I think you'd want to get a lot of gold to maybe throw down some mangonels to seal the deal here. Hera, I mean, has to realize that he's in a bad spot, and he's panicking out some rams here. He does have some spears finally, but I think it's going to be a little too late for this. But there we go. We see a siege workshop on the front line. So he's building the siege workshop just so he can get the upgrade. Because one you need to think about the Abbasid Dynasty is they can build siege with their infantry without any additional research. So Mongols can do this too with the improved siege engineering. But here we go. Big engagement. This could be it. We've got a ram coming in at that forward tower, building an additional ram on the back line. But those horsemen are coming in and very, very quickly take out that ram. Let's see if they get it. Just about. Does a lot of damage. Healing up that tower. So going to keep it alive with those arrow slits. You can see plenty of range, plenty of damage being dealt out. Actually, maybe abandoning that battering ram? No. Okay, going to try to be building an outpost now for Hera. Now, why is he building an outpost? This gives him the network of castles bonus, so his units will have a plus 25% increased attack speed. So, typically English will drop those towers on the front line. But MarineLord, he's in a good spot. He's waiting for his upgrades to come in. Let's see what he's got here. Yeah, he's waiting. He's got wedge rivets coming in. So, he doesn't really have to take engagement. Oh, and this mangonel will seal the deal when this gets out. Few man-arms here from MarineLord. Look at the bank. Plenty of res in the bank. There's his defensive pairlings from the longbows, but they move, so they disappear right away. There you go. Mangonel, big shot. Man, I just don't think Hera's going to be able to counter this. We'll see here. Another big Mangonel shot. Longbows kind of moving towards the front line and taking a, oh my word, a final shot from the Mangonels. And there it is. GG is called. Congratulations to MarineLord taking the victory as the Abbasid Dynasty against Hera. Thank you so much for watching this casted game. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed it or any other feedback. And of course, thanks for subscribing. We just hit 8K subscribers on the channel, and we're working towards 10K in 2022. I'll see you guys in the next one.